Good morning in there, out there, way out there. We're out there. Come in here, out here. Vivi's nose. Oh! Vivi just finished her breakfast and she's, shall we say, outside. We don't have indoor dog plumbing. No, my goodness, it's a windy day. And did I mention how green it is last week? I think I did. I had a few notes about green. Hey, I'm teaching a course June 22nd. That's a Saturday. I'm not teaching it. We're going to have a really good time at Oxbow. You know Oxbow, the art school here. If you know anybody who might be interested, let them know, because there's a few spots left, and we always have such a good time. Such a good time. Going to write about things that matter. You get your choice. You don't have to get tied up in the wire. You don't have to think you're any good. You don't have to worry about anything. So that's enough of that. Boy, did we have a good time on Sunday. We drove up north. In Michigan, if you're not from here, you're listening outside. Driving up north is beautiful. It just turns into more rural, and rugged, and just trees along the road, and it's just really a beautiful drive. And then we got to Interlochen, the great art school, Interlochen, and there watched our friend Ruth Zwald receive the award for the best chapbook, and here's a beautiful copy of it. It's called Bones and Breath, and she read, and we've never heard a finer reader, and we've heard the finest readers. She was so good at reading her poems, so timing, emphasis, it was wonderful. Wonderful. And then, wait a minute, Vivi's come in. I don't know if she's going to join us or not. But at least we have her nose, huh? Yeah, when Vivi and I take walks, she's hilarious. We go for a while, and then she disappears. If I turn my back for a second, she's just gone. She disappears. And I can't find her. And at first, of course, I'm worried, where'd she go? And I'm calling. She always somehow figures out where I am. And I'm standing there, like some kind of bird brain, and going, hey, Vivi. And then I hear, oof. And I look down, there she is behind me. This happens almost every time we're out. It's fascinating. Just fascinating. And the other morning, we went out and we found 23 golf balls, about the driving range next to us, that had borders. So if they hit a hook or a slice, depending on whether they're right or left-handed, bam, 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 bam in the trees, and then we find the golf balls. 23. Hey, I have some good news. They're doing some neuro research, and guess what? The brain isn't really, they're saying, meant for memory. So all of us and that's probably all of us, who say, I can't remember, where did I put my car keys or whatever it is. The brain's meant to get rid of stuff and forget. Now it does store it, and that's why it comes back if something triggers it. So let's not worry too much about our memories. We love living here in, what's the name of that town? So forget it. Yeah. We've been watching reruns of Monk. Remember Monk? Any of you out there? Yeah. It's really fun. We had a monkathon the other night, Julie and I. We had a beautiful monkathon. Yeah. Yesterday was Loving Day, as you probably know. Did you yell at anybody? Maybe I love you? It's Loving Day, yeah. You know what I thought? I want to take you a little bit around my little town. You want to go to my town? The other day I just lay back and I just picked, I was everywhere. Oh my goodness. Mose McGinnis was delivering the mail, and then he was putting on his police hat and being a policeman in town. And then he was putting on his fireman's hat and heading out. Yeah, that was Mose. Our little town was really interesting in the sense of how easily the numeric populace could be counted, because there were 1,200 people around in the town. No stoplights. 1,200 people when I was a kid. It's still. And there are no chains or anything in town, chain stores in town or anything. It's all, you could go to one 10 miles away, but your neighbor runs the market or the bakery or whatever, and it's all mom and pop. So there's 1,200 people in the town, and there's 1,200 students. There's a little college in the town called Westminster College. And there's 1,200 students, and then there's 1,200 Amish families, total population, that surround the town like a circle, right? Not even like one, they surround the town, a circle of them. 1,200 Amish, with their wonderful buggies, clapping, what would be the word? Clappering? I don't know. But you can always hear the horses' hoofs on the streets. And one of the jobs of Billy Small, very often, Billy Small's job was to clean up the horse droppings from the street and make sure there was a horse and buggy parking lot in town. So the cars could park in one little parking lot and the buggies parked in another little parking lot. When Wally Byler would come once a week to bring eggs to us, he'd come in the door and we'd often have the TV on. It'd be Saturday morning often. And Wally would do this. Look for the TV. Because the Amish, of course, can't watch, whatever, television. And wherever there was a blue door on the front door of the Amish house, now the front door, that meant that there was an eligible young lady in there. Yeah. So you knew that the family had decided that Sarah was eligible in the blue door. So, I want to take you just a little bit in the town. We're going to go, down Market Street south toward the gas station down there, and that's where Grover Washabaugh lived, and he was the great basketball coach there before my father. And then a little ways down, you'll see across the street, there's Jimmy Evans' house and the Evans family. He was a prof, and Jimmy was a friend of mine, and they had a well in their yard, an actual well, and the bucket would bring up the water. And that was the first time I was read to it. Then it was really fun. We went to bed, and all of a sudden, Mrs. Evans showed up and started reading us Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Now, somewhere I brought, is it over there? My poem book. Did I set it by mistake over there on that counter, Julie? Over to the right, maybe? Over by my blue thermos? No. Yeah, there it is. And so I'll read you a little poem about some of the people in the town. And Yeah, we'll visit the town once in a while, a little, again, But this is called, you often ask, who do you write for? And of course, an artist, that's pretentious, but you just like to do art. And it's not for, but you hope it's for. But anyway, I tried to answer that question with a quote by the poet Jeff Gundy. Write to your unknown friends. But these are known. I got to sneak that in. These are from my little town. This is for Bob. He's a good guy. Likes to fly fish. Records every catch. Where he caught it, the weather, the type of fly, the time of day. And he tosses everything back. And this is for Tanya. She's a single mom with 3 kids. She works behind the counter in the post office, knows everyone in town. Years ago, she threw away the return to sender address unknown stamp. This is for Ted. Now, Ted sells cars. We had 2 car dealers in town. He wishes cars with fins would come back. He knows gas mileage matters, but you don't see gas mileage when a car drives by, let alone an electric car, huh? And this is for Kenny. He never made it past the 6th grade. In the winter, he plows driveways, shovels walks. The rest of the year, he paints houses, mows lawns, hauls junk. And each morning, he buys a paper, reads it over a cup of coffee, black, and he does a crossword. This is for Anne. In Anne's backyard, she has a perennial garden. It's the best one in town. More than 100 different plants. She has 4 greyhounds and a parakeet. Wherever she goes, she wears a hat. And this is for Martha. She talks to sparrows. She tries to tell them something they've never heard. This is for Sammy. He's always late. He loves to play blackjack. He's no good at counting cards. He wants to own a motorcycle and ride it to places he's never been. Toledo, Jacksonville, Los Angeles, Maine. Today, there's really no one around. Too bad. It's a good day to call some friends. See if they'd like to come over. Shoot the breeze. Have some pizza. Maybe watch an old movie on TV. That's what it felt like to grow up in the town. Thanks for being here. I'm always amazed that somebody is. Be kind. Try to be cheerful. And take care.